Hey guys, Josh here. Welcome back to another episode. This is episode 4 of our Oxygen Not Included playthrough on the Spaced Out DLC. If you haven't yet seen the first couple episodes, just check for them in the playlist. I have compiled everything so that it's easy for you guys to find and all that good stuff. I've also been tweaking some of the sound settings and figuring out how to do the sound editing a bit better. Fixing a couple of those issues. If you got any feedback from me, let me know. Otherwise, guys, enjoy, be safe, and have fun. Cheers for now. That one for now. And then I'll just go dig out all that phosphorite. Oh, there's a morb. Now, morbs are genetic ooze blobs that pop up out of dirty, germy, infested, polluted areas, and they do have a negative effect. They don't hurt the dupes, I don't think. Let's just have a look. I don't think so. Let's just read up on them. A single teaspoon of morb slime can contain up to a quadrillion bacteria that work to deter would-be predators and liquefy its food. Petting a morb is not recommended. Morbs are attracted to unhygienic conditions and frequently excrete bursts of polluted oxygen. Ew. So they're just going to make polluted oxygen everywhere, which is going to be a pain in the buttocks. So we're going to call this the mine. We're going to put a door on the mine because I like to put doors on places. I'm not overly concerned about what goes on in here. It's going to temporarily suck in the carbon dioxide. You see, it's temporarily sucking it in. The gases is pulling in here just so that it can fill the void, because there's nothing there. Once we take the solid away, there's nothing there. So the gas, being the easiest thing to move there, is going to move there. So it is creating a bit of a exhaust chamber or gas chamber with just carbon dioxide gas, but that won't be forever, and it won't be for very long. Once we get this thing operational, this carbon dioxide is going to start getting out of here and that's going to just make life so much better. So let's do that for the phosphorus. Let's go here, let's hit polluted oxygen. Pump not in liquid. We're going to fix that now, and then that'll start to use up all of that carbon dioxide. Let's go straight down here. Okay, now we are going to dig. I just want to make sure I'm doing this right, because if I remember right, it goes something like that, and then because you don't want to have any mistakes, we're going to go there and there. And essentially we're going to build a big trough, fill it with water, and then the dupes are going to come. They're going to run through the water and climb out the other side. So they will get wet, but that's not the end of the world, because they can always just get dry later. But what the most important thing and what it's going to do is it's going to prevent air coming from this side of it to this side of it, which is going to be a lot safer of an option, of an airlock option, than having those these manual airlock doors. Right, then we're going to want that bolt. I don't see why we actually had to do that. We could just simply go straight through, but anyway, there it is. Boom. Now once all of this is built and dug out, we're also going to need to put a bottle emptier here. Push O to change direction, and once that's built and this is all filled up with water, we should be good to go. And then we'll tackle purifying the swamp biome over here. I don't think it's going to take us too long. There's a lot of carbon dioxide, but hey, that's now up and working. So we've mined out all of this. We got 2.3 tons of phosphorite. There's more of it to be had, And that also gets us closer to bleachstone. Now, bleachstone is unique in the fact that it also off-gases like the oxalite does, but the bleachstone will off-gas chlorine gas. Now, chlorine gas is extremely important in killing germs. So I'm thinking we maybe mine this bit here of bleachstone. It's only 47 kg, so when we mine it, it gets halved, which will bring us up to 24 kgs. And then we take it and we put it in here and let it off-gas the chlorine in here, because this polluted water is off-gassing polluted oxygen. And then the germs are multiplying in here. So if we can get all the water down to like one place and then put a thick layer of chlorine gas, when the polluted oxygen off gases, or the water off gases the polluted oxygen, the germs that would be coming from it would then need to pass through, as they mix around with each other, the chlorine gas, which is going to kill off all the germs. So that's what we're kind of hoping for there. Let's just go here quickly. Liquids, water, enable auto bottle, priority of 9. So that's going to make them fill this up with water. And this one is in the wrong bloody place. So let's deconstruct that one and put it there. Now there are simpler ways to make this with a lot less water and a lot less materials and blah blah blah, but I worry sometimes that I'm going to stuff it up. So I just do it that way. A lot of water never hurt nobody. We now also have an issue of we need to get onto the lighting here. So let's have a look. If we go furniture, we don't have any lights available. We are busy researching for the smart dispenser, or the automatic dispenser, sorry. And that's going to help us with this issue, which is a non-issue at the moment. Let's speed everybody up. Let's get through the down cycle. Let's get the show on the road. Another printable. Alright, let's have us a look. Who do we have to choose from? We have Bliss Burst Seeds, Snazzy Suit, a Digger, or a Farmer. Ooh, this is going to be interesting. Ren is a very good farmer, actually, at 9. Irritable bowel is not a problem. Yokel is not a problem either. And their caregiver, I think Ren is going to be our best bet here. A dedicated farmer that only does farming, basically. I think that's worth it. Let's move Ren straight onto the new schedule. Let's give Ren his farming responsibilities to help Josh. Let's go to skills. Let's hit Ren up with the improved farming. Rowan has got another skill point. Gives us gas range, deep fryer, sushi bar, and spice grinder usage, but we don't really need that usage. And he's got a lot of morale points. So we could do improved supply. That'll give him so we chose it. That'll give him +2 to strength, plus 400 kg carry capacity, which is good because that means he'll move more of the materials that are lying loose. Like this bit of sandstone here is 100 kgs. Let's see if we've got a bigger one. There's a 400 kg sandstone. Now if the other guys go to pick that up, they'll only pick up 200 kgs of that sandstone, right? But now he'll be able to move 400 kgs of it. And here we go. We now... Steven broke the seal. Steven's fault. But if you go to the overlay and we go to the gases, do you see here, even though this is a square, alright, let's go to liquids. Because liquids are occupying that square, the gases from this area cannot pass through the liquid and come to this area. So there already the airlock is working. So now we don't have to worry about too much air coming out the wrong way. I am going to fill this up so that it touches over here. It's going to take a while, but we're going to do it. But for now, we are good to go to carry on with what we came here to do, which is to get into this area and begin cleaning this area up. Just want to go to the germ overlay. You see how the water doesn't have any of these germs? So what we're going to do is we're going to fill up water in this pond, right? And then we're going to work on filtering out all of the polluted water that's in this section. We're going to work on getting that purified, filtered, all of that, and out of here. And then we're going to take that purified water that we're going to turn into beautiful water, nice clean water, and we're going to chuck it in our reservoirs over here. And that's going to help us with that situation on maintaining a good water supply. Because if we run out of water, we can't do researching errands, we can't water our crops, we can't do a lot of things. So we kind of need to work on that. Spice grinders available, refrigerators available, which is great because that means we can finish our kitchen. So I think let's just give them that order quick. We're going to deconstruct that. We're going to plonk the spice grinder right there. And that'll complete our kitchen room. Because remember, we don't have the bonus, the morale bonus from the kitchen room. So that'll complete the kitchen. We're going to put 2 refrigerators in, but I'm going to put them over here. So I need the guys to get rid of this rations box first. And then that'll help us get rid of that. Then we have a hydroponic farm tile, which we'll use later on for some stuff, I'm sure. Liquid valve, that'll give us a flow rate control over liquids traveling through our pipes. Here's our ventilation system stuff that we researched. I can't even remember what the heck we researched it for. So we got to look at the skills. It'll be under gases. Oh, we researched it because we were wanting to get all the way up to the deodorizer and the carbon skimmer. That's what we researched it for. But that's basic ways of getting gas around. You got your pump, your gas valve, gas pipe, gas bridge, and gas vent. It's the same as the water stuff. We just for gas. Okay, so we've got that for water. We've got that for gas. Here we go in refinement. We have the rock crusher, which is the level 1 ore refiner, but it's quite expensive to use in the sense that you'll put in. Let me go to the. Let me go here to the database. Let's go to the index, buildings. Let's go down to refinement. The rock crusher. There we go. So basically it takes power, it requires a duplicate to operate at the building size, building time, materials it's made out of, its effects, it lets off some heat, all of that, input and all that. It's classed as an industrial machine. But if you put 100 kgs of basalt into a rock crusher after 40 seconds of operation, you get 100 kgs of sand. If you take ceramic and you put it in, you get sand. So your input, you get all these different things that you can crush in the rock crusher to give you sand. But here's where the problem comes in, is when you want to use it to refine ores. Now you're going to in the beginning. You can't get away from it. Don't feel bad for it. All right? But if you take, let's say we take 100 kgs of copper, we put it in the rock crusher, the dupes operate the machine, we only get 50 kgs of refined metal out, and then we get 50 kgs of sand. So we get half of the copper out. But if we go back and we have a look at the tier 2 metal refinery, all right, it takes a lot more power. It needs a liquid input, a liquid output for cooling. The building is bigger. It looks like the same amount of heat. But if you put ores into it, it runs its cycle and its process, and it spits out exactly what you put in refined material. There is no loss from ore to refined finish. And you can scroll down. It's the same for copper. It's the same for electrum, which is basically gold. It used to be called gold amalgam. They should still have it. Yeah, there it is, gold amalgam. There's gold. And then you can make steel if you take iron, refined carbon and lime, you can make steel. So this machine, the tier 2 refiner, is much better at refining minerals than the rock crusher. But we are going to use the rock crusher in the beginning, so don't feel bad. You got to use the tier 1. The kiln, that you can use to make refined carbon, and you can use it to make what's that other thing, ceramic from the clay, which is a good medium to make like pipes out for temperature control and stuff like that. So yeah, every basic mineral that you use is going to have pros and cons as to why you should or shouldn't use it for that application. But yeah, anyway, so let's just see what they're doing. Okay. Ooh, building up. We're going to get our kitchen. Ah, there we go. So that's all done. Let's go to the food tab. Get the refrigerators. And let's just plug those two bad boys in. And once those are built, we'll get our kitchen. We'll get our kitchen boost, basically. And here you can see what I was talking about. Now we've got, if we go to gases, we've got all this polluted. We've got some fresh oxygen, but we've got polluted oxygen as well. But it can't pass through here because this water is sitting here blocking these tiles. So the gases can't come through the water. And that's what we use as an airlock. And there you can see it there. That way the dupes can come through. They get wet, which is the only downside. But other than that, this deodorizer here, it's loaded up with its refill or refinement medium or whatever. So it's going to suck in all the polluted oxygen. All the polluted oxygen is going to go in, and it's going to transform it into clean oxygen. Now, slime lung germs do die on clean oxygen. Alright. Let me grab some quickly and go down. So, dying on oxygen, 29% dead per cycle. The problem is the amount of polluted air that we have, the reproduction rate of these germs, because of the growth factor, it's overpopulated, so it'll only get 29, so it'll go back as 29 dead per cycle. But if it's not overpopulated, I mean, to get overpopulated, we need to have 16,000 germs per block. So, but when it's not overpopulated, you get 300% growth rate. Now, 300% growth rate, to double something is 100% growth rate. So it's not just doubling, it's like quadrupling the germs. So that's why I say it's so important. This situation, when you pop open into a slime biome and you don't have some way to control the gas flow, and it's infected with germs, you're going to have a really, really bad day. That's the truth of it, unfortunately. But we're going to jump in here and we're going to dig this all up. I want to get rid... I want to just check here. Yeah, we can do something like that. That's going to work out like that. Okay, cool. So that'll bring all of that down and all of that down. And we're going to dump it in here. We're going to go with the plumbing scenario. We're going to get the liquid pump. I'm going to put that there, and we're going to run our piping up. And we're going to need a way to get down here. So we're going to do that. And then we're going to get our electrical pipe. I'm going to run that up here. And I'm just going to let the dupes run through that quick, and then I'll be back with you once they've sorted all of that out. Alright, well, while they are building all of this, I'm going to instruct them to start building these platforms. Now, this is how I like to do it. I skip every second one because I know they're going to be able to reach pretty much everything up here. And then I'm going to put one there. That'll get us all the way up into that. And then we're going to go 1, 2, 3. This is the next row. Because remember, dupes can work 4 blocks high. So if they're standing on this platform, 1, 2, 3, 4, they can then work on that. So I like to do, and then they can just hop, skip, and a jump through everything while they're doing everything. I don't actually think these ones would be necessary. I don't think those ones would be necessary at all. Okay, so then that'll take care of all of that. Let's go and have a look quickly while they got this build order in and they're busy working on this. Let's have a look here. We still need to do the light search, the light research, and we've got to get the light switches and all that jazz in. Perhaps we can build ourselves just a little 3 high. There we go, 3 high. Let's go with all of that. That's the 4th. Let's go up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Indicator level. And this will be just a maintenance access pad that we're going to build here. And we're going to build that landing. We're going to build all of that. And we're out of space. So we're just going to straight up deconstruct this one. Something is off-gassing over here, and that's gonna annoy me. I don't know what it is. There's slime. Oh no, there's slime in there. That is gonna put off. Oh no, we got a problem. We have food poisoning germs over here, which means somebody has not washed their hands when they left. We also have the issue of the slime off-gassing. So what we're going to do, the way we're going to fix that, is we're going to deconstruct this ladder and we're going to build a storage container there, because things like slime, oxalate, bleach stone that off-gas will not off-gas if submerged in a liquid. Because remember, a liquid and a gas cannot hold or occupy the same tile. So, let's wait for them to catch up on that. We should probably prioritize that, make it a bit quicker so that they hurry up and get to it. That research is now complete and we have no research selected. So let's go to decor and ceiling lights and pot plants, lamps and ceiling lights. Let's have a look here. Oh, we can do some other decorative things as well. So let's do that. Let's go and research here. Get some nice corner trim. Let's go ahead and build that. We need this thing to off gas. Maybe yeah, we're gonna have to do it this way. It's just gonna be the easier way to do it. And let's just cancel that quickly. And let's go here and let's deconstruct that. Let's build that like that. We can just cancel that build and we'll put one this side because that'll drop one tile. We won't have a mop errand after it. Let's also go to the base and we've got our auto dispenser now, so we're going to just plop that down. Let's have a look. Okay, so that's done, so we can just deconstruct this. Disable the auto bottling. We've got enough water in here that we're not going to have any problems. all the fish are swimming around over here. We're going to get some dig orders in. Just tell them to dig up this whole biome. We'll work on the rest of this just now. Yeah, I think that's going to be good. So the guys are digging. That's done. Liquids, water, auto bottle enable, base, storage bin, new storage bin over here. Let's go all standard. But then if you scroll down to non-standard, and we see here Subliminator has oxalite in it. Now let's try with raw minerals. No. Is it organic? Yes. Organic has slime, rot pile, polluted. These things here are going to off gas. Alright, they're going to off gas. And we need to go through and find bleach stone. I don't think we've dug up bleach stone, so let's just try and find it. Nope. Nope, we haven't got a bleach stone issue. Let's move this up to importance of 9 so that they hurry up with it. Let's go here and let's go to organic and let's put in the slime, the rot pile and the polluted dirt. Now I'm not going to hit sweep only. I'm going to leave that on always. And once it's stored inside a storage device, then there will not be a sweep errand for it. It's only when stuff's lying on the floor here that we end up with a sweep errand. Alright, so I'm going to just deconstruct that, and I want to stop that auto bottling process. Deconstruct the building. Then we're going to take here and we're going to make this a level 9. This one, however, we do need to click sweep only on the auto dispenser. Otherwise they're going to stand here and have an endless loop of them trying to put all of our raw resources that we're pretty much dumping on this one tile. They're going to want to constantly try and slam it into this machine, which is going to dump it out, and yeah, it's just you're going to create an endless loop if you're not careful with that one, and then have an issue. I'm trying to figure out where all the natural gas came from in our base. Man, things can just get out of hand quickly. We also need to find another way to sort out, for example, we need to prioritize the one line over the other. And I'm going to show you how we're going to do that now. So if we go to our water or plumbing and we add a bridge, it will always prioritize the bridge over whatever else is, or it will prioritize the main line rather over than the bridge, right? So we put the bridge like that, and we hit this liquid, and we say join that in, and then we take the scissors and we just snip there. So now it's going to use this water coming from this pump over here first. This line will be used first. This here will come through and be added later. We're going to have to go like this though. To make it function correctly, I think we need to go that way. And then we'll just have to snip that from that and that from that. Okay, let's just get them to build this quickly. Now we do have natural gas floating around. I don't know where it came from. It may have come from up here somewhere. I'm not sure. Let's go to our furniture because we know already that our lights have been finished. So we're going to put that light there, and we know, okay, we're ending there. That's the last one, so I want to go... Is that going to work? Skip 5, put 1. 3, 4, 5, put 1. And that's going to be a 4. That should be fine. I don't know. We'll see. If we run into problems, we'll change that. But I think that's going to be alright. So this will get our lights going quite simply for the bristle blossoms, which is going to be our next food source that we're going to use. We have no research selected. We don't need anything now, so we're not going to research anything now. Priority he's going to do is going to be the building. And let's go to skills so that we can allocate his printed skill point straight into building. Boom, job done. Devin is getting super duper hard digging. We're going to give him the super duper hard digging because we are getting into areas that's going to allow him, or he's going to be required to dig up abyssalite and those types of things, because some of the materials are harder than others, right? We'll sweep that away at a level 1. The natural gas, I don't know how it got in here. One of these dupes must be flatulent, and I didn't notice. Unless it came from in here, maybe? No, there's no way for it to get down here. It couldn't have come from there or from here, so it has to be a dupe. It has to be a dupe. There's no other way that it could be anything else. Have a duplicate eat any cooked meal prepared at an eligible cooking station. Oh, nice. So in here we're going to put all our edibles, and in here we're going to put all our cooking ingredients. And we're going to just do, again, I'll just constantly go level 1 sweep cleanup, whatever you want to call it, all over base, just to help keep base clean and tidy. Wherever the guys are going to go, then it's not going to look too bad. So all of that digging is done. Now, you know what we do need here? We are going to need one of those there, so we can deconstruct all of that. So let's hit the deconstruct button. Let's take those out for now. That bit of slime is an unreachable digging errand, so let's just put a ladder here, then they can sort of reach it. If they stand here, they should be able to reach it, no problem. We also need to work on coming this way. So this way is going to require that. And then 1, 2, 3, and there's 4. And then they'll come over and they'll sort all that out. That can be deconstructed. That's all looking good and full. We need to figure out filtration. At the moment, I think what we should do is we should just filter everything, dump it on top here to try and push out. Yeah, we don't need to push any of that out. We're just going to convert all of this into fresh water. So we're going to go, I think that's the next thing we need to research. So let's go researching. Let's go zoom out a bit there. We've got liquids, medicine, colony development is I think where it's at. Up here, unless it's under liquids. Here we go, liquids, and yes, here we go. We want the water sieve. This will convert polluted water into clean water. It won't do much for germs, but it will convert. It will convert the polluted water into the clean water. Clean water also will sit on top of polluted water. Polluted water will sit below it, because polluted water is more dense than clean water. It's another trick also that you can use if you don't want your dirty water or your polluted water to off-gas polluted oxygen. Talking about oxygen, let's have a look here. We got some oxygen pushing up this side. We also got some gas on there. We got a little bit of carbon dioxide. We do need to figure out water storage. That's going to be the next big thing we need to figure out. So we have the wicker door, which is a pretty door, and we have the smart storage bin. Furniture wise, we got a whole bunch of things. So we can figure out the decorating just now. I think we'll come back to that. We have now got auto sweepers, which is part of the shipping. That's your solid management systems, automation systems. But it's okay. You know what I think the problem is? emitting natural gas 10 grams a second. It's the fertilizer synthesizer that's off-putting natural gas. Alright, so now we figured that out. Oh, we got a problem. Nisbeth is sick with the slime lung. That's not good. She's got some food poisoning germs. She's got some slime lung germs. No, she's got dying on solids. She's got slime lung only 740 something germs. And that she got from being in here, breathing in all this nastiness. So if you look at the overlay, these oxidizers are busy transforming all of this polluted oxygen into normal oxygen. And as the dupes are in here breathing, they're consuming the oxygen, because remember, this is airlocked. This is airlocked now. The gases aren't changing. So the carbon dioxide levels are going to rise. The oxygen levels are going to depreciate, because the dupes are breathing it in. They're breathing out the carbon dioxide, and it's going to push the polluted oxygen around until it gets in where we need it to get in. I just want to run. Go straight there. Jeez, like, what's going on with me? I just want to run those quickly like that, so we can clean up this top section of polluted oxygen, which is just up here, right? As you see, the polluted oxygen is a little bit heavier than the standard oxygen. That's why I put one down here. I anticipated the carbon dioxide sitting here, right at the bottom. But that's 3 layers of different gases sitting on top of each other. So you can see the way the gases organize themselves. And I think the polluted oxygen, or that oxygen block, as soon as it gets grabbed into this oxygen block, it won't really leave the oxygen block, if that makes sense, if I can say it like that. These puffs create slime. They breathe in, they suck in the polluted oxygen, and they poop out slime. Alright? So they can constantly be doing that, in a sense as it will allow for the production of slime, which you can use as a fertilizer for certain foods. So, but we'll get into that a little bit later on. The thing I want to do now, we got another crisis. Before we can do anything, we have another crisis. We have limited calories available. We got 8 duplicants, but not enough food to supply the 8 duplicants. So we need to get our food reserves up and running pronto. Let's go here quickly and just see. We need someone to help us in the storing and the packing department. So I think before we build too much else, we finish the buildings we've got, and then we work on what we need to work on, which is going to be food, because we're running out of food. We had 8,500, 6,500 each time. It's starting to climb. Okay, maybe we've got a bit of a harvest coming in, I hope. Otherwise, the next option for us is going to be to dig out all of the muckroot that we have all over the base. Another thing we could do, though, is we could enable auto harvest on these foods that are naturally grown. We could also do that. I think that'll help boost us just a tiny bit while we work on it. Alright. So the dupes all have a lot of stuff to do. They're disinfecting everything, going over everything. We're going to need to also come up with a way to clean that natural gas and to get the natural gas out of our base environment. And I think as soon as we're done with the refinement with the sieve, there's a sludge press. So that separates mud and other sludges into their base elements. So we don't need any of that now. Ventilation, gas filters is new, plumbing, we've got liquid filters, which is good. Let's go to furniture. Alright, let's just check here on our room bonuses. So we have the kitchen bonus now, the kitchen room done. So we get a bonus for the kitchen room. But I'm looking at the mess hall and I'm thinking we could upgrade this quite easily. Because if we want to go from a mess hall to a great hall, we need dining tables, no industrial machinery, minimum of 32, maximum of 26. And we know that room is 64. We need one decor building and one recreational building. So let's go to base quickly. Let's just have a look. Food. Furniture. So here we go. So the water cooler provides a gathering place for duplicates during downtimes. It improves duplicate morale and relieves thirst. So we're going to pick one and we're going to put it right here because this building is classed as category recreational building over here. You see it there, recreational building. So that's our one recreational building. Now let's grab the flower pot. And we'll put 2 of those down because those are going to be used as our decorative buildings. We're going to use that to put in flowers and all of that. I'm just thinking if we do it that way, we're going to end up with no more than 10 dupes having a place to sit and eat. But if they're unassigned tables and we got 3 people per cycle, we don't really need more. So I don't actually think it's going to be a problem now that I've completed the thought process. Water is not yet a problem, but we're going to disable it because I think we get the point for it just by having it in the room. So the next thing is this decorative pot plant that we're going to put in here, and we've got those Joya seeds, which I would be very keen. I think they're going to be the best thing to put in here. Decor of plus 25, I mean that's pretty good. Let's go with a Joya seed, plant that, and this one's got a Joya seed in it. Plant that, okay, cool. And I think that's gonna get us a morale room bonus upgrade from mess hall to great hall, which I think is gonna be quite sweet in that sense. We also have 8 dupes, and I think we've got 7 beds, which is a problem. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're going to have to slam in another dupe's bed there, which is fine. We're just going to put it in quick. We're going to dig out that and that, just so they got a little bit of headspace. And someone's been sleeping on the floor. I don't know who. My sincerest apologies to them. We probably should get on building this dorm up here as well. So let's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, then we're gonna put these over there, over there. And let's go and whack in all of this quickly. One more, okay. And we got to dig out the space for us to operate in, so we'll just do that. Now there is slime in there, but I don't think that slime has slime lung germs. Great. So let's do this. Skip all that. We'll go up until there. We'll dig the rest out like that, and we'll just leave that encased around it for now. Just so that we don't end up with germs all over the base, completely stuffing up the base. As you can see, we got germs everywhere already. So we need to come up with a way for people to clean themselves on their way back. We need to come up with a way for them to clean themselves on their way out of this biome that we're busy gutting. If we don't have a good way for them to clean themselves, we're just going to end up with a problem. So let's park this off there, right there. So they'll come, get full of the germs, because they're handling what they need to handle. Over there, and then they're coming through the water, and they're going to end up here by the wash basin. They can wash their hands and take care of all of that. And I think that there is where we're going to leave it for now, because that means we've banged out 20 cycles. Yeah, that's 20 cycles in one recording. I'm going to have to edit that down and cut all that up. So I think for now, that's about as much recording as I think I could do in one day. I've been sitting here for a while. I want to get on to do something else today. But yeah, colony's coming along quite nicely. Oh, they're done planting. Let's check. Did we get our upgrade from mess hall? We did. So now we get +4 morale bonus instead of just the mess halls +3 morale bonus. So we're getting extra morale there. So things is coming together, man. Colony's starting to get good. We're busy sorting out a whole bunch of stuff. We can change the direction on that bad boy, make it a number 9, just so that people are clean. I do want to change this location. Sort of. I don't know. I think if we put the slime lung, or if we put the slime in here. Let's just click here quickly. Where's the slime? Oh, there it was. There we go. Properties. And we've got growing on slime 50% spawn per cycle. So it's actually increasing while it sits in the water. So that's quite dirty. We need to figure out a way to sort that out. There's quite a lot that we need to sort out, but I think we'll leave all that for another recording session time. But yeah, I'm going to chop this up into 45-minute sort of videos, and we'll work it out from there. But yeah, if you got any questions, just drop them in the comments. Let me know. I'll do my best to answer them. Like I say, I play this game recreationally. I'm not a pro at it. I'm probably doing things differently from a lot of other people who do content on this video or on this game. But yeah, any questions or anything you want to say, just drop a comment down below. I'll try and respond as soon as I can. Thanks guys, keep it real. I'll see you in the next one. Okay, bye.